Yo, what is going on YouTube? Today I wanted to make a video on how I think Barcelona should be lining up against Napoli, considering all the things that are wrong with the club right now and all the injuries. It's gonna be a pretty interesting. It should be pretty interesting on how the team should be looking like on the 8th or the 10th, whenever it is we play. So I just want to look at the actual Champions League UEFA website, because it actually tells you all the team or all the players that are actually registered for the team, and how basically everything, the squad basically, right, that's registered for the games. So if we look at the goalkeepers, I think goalkeeper wise we're actually really safe. This is one of the strongest parts of the club. So we got Ter Stegen, obviously he should be starting up for us. Neto, Peña, Neto, great goalkeeper. Peña as well. I don't know much about Tenas, but I know he's a great goalkeeper as well, especially for the youth ranks. Then we go to the defenders. So these are sort of up to date, but they don't give you the injuries. Nelson Semedo is fine. Jarpique is fine. Clement Lenglet should be available for that game. Jordi Alba is fine as well. Umtiti has been injured for like the past 3 years, so we're not counting on him at all. Firpo should be healthy for that game. I'm not sure about Jaime, but I'm pretty sure he should be fine as well, but I don't think we're going to include him in the squad. Araujo sadly just got injured and he shouldn't be available for the game, so sadly we can't count on him. Morera is injured as well. Akiema is injured, and it doesn't look like Cuenca was registered for this team, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is all I could find. So Cuenca was also injured. So right now we only have Clement Lenglet and Gerard Piqué, with the only ones that are actually available for us to play in the Champions League game against Napoli. Hopefully, until then, none of these players get injured. Midfielder wise, we have Rakitic. Busquets is suspended. I could just write it right there. Busquets is suspended. Roberto should be fine now. He's not injured anymore, so he coming back to full form and he should be able to play. Frankie de Jong, thankfully, is not injured or not suspended or anything. Vidal was injured. Puig. Okay. Hopefully, we actually have Ricky Puig available for the game. And I think, personally, I would be starting him. Collado, I believe he's injured for like the next 5 months. So that's actually a big loss there. And I'm not 100% sure about Sarsanedas at all. Forwards, Luis Suarez is actually coming back from injury. Oh, he's back. He's not injured anymore, so he's doing well. Whoa. He should be available, actually. He should be available to play, because I know he did get injured, as well as Antoine Griezmann, but both of them should be able to play against Napoli. Dembele, we were all hoping that he was going to be available, but we were not surprised when we found out that he was not going to be available for the game. Lionel Messi, thankfully, is going to be available for that game as well. Ansu Fati is healthy and fit, and this is where it gets sort of interesting. Hiroki Abe, Kike Saverio, and Ryan Manaj are supposedly registered to play for us, but I know the FIFA 20 does not have any of these players on there. And these are some of the players that cannot play for us. Todibo, Wage. Wage is I think he's just training in the club right now, like just using the facilities, but I don't think he can play for us. Alenya, I'm not sure if Real Betis are still in the Europa League or anything. I'm not even sure if they made it to the Europa League this time. But yeah, he's not playing anymore. Perez is gone. Abel Ruiz can't play either. So those are all the players that we have. And now let's just get into FIFA and see how the squad will look like. Okay, now that we're on FIFA, we can actually see sort of how this team should look like. We are going to be playing at home. I wanted to see how actually, if I could try to turn the fans off or anything, but it actually didn't end up working for me. But anyways, I just want to sort of simulate how the team will play. I don't think Barcelona will use their new kit, but you never know, so I'm just sort of using it now. Okay, so now that we have basically the bench on what the players that can play and the starting 11, so basically this is how Barcelona are realistically left with. 2 goalkeepers, 2 left backs, Fati, Puig, and Abe. I'm just going to set up the lineup and see how I think the team should be lining up. This is how I think the team will actually be lining up as. Obviously, Ter Stegen in goal, one of the best, if not the best, goalkeeper right now. Then we have Alba left back, Langley center back, and PK as well. Then I would go over Semedo, over Roberto, Rakitic in a defensive midfielder position. I would start Ricky Puig for this one. I think he's the one. He's a player we actually do need, and a lot of players would say that he's too tiny or he's too weak or anything. But he's, we saw him play against Atletico Madrid, against Thomas Partey, one of the best defensive midfielders that there are. So I think this is one of the players that we actually do need in the squad. Next, I would just include De Jong in there, of course. We need that player there. Messi, I would include him centrally because Quique Setién said he wanted Messi to play more of his role than coming back down and actually helping the midfielders out. So I think De Jong and Ricky Puig would take a lot of that midfielder creativity instead of Messi could just do his own thing like usual. And then I will start Griezmann and Suarez as well. Both of them, I think that game against Villarreal, they did very well. I think we need to see a lot of that in this game if we want to continue into the quarterfinals. For some instructions, I would say that Griezmann will probably go onto the drift a little bit wide. Let me see. You can drift it wide and just have some sort of decent attacks there. And then Messi, we would tell him to actually free roam, basically do his own thing, but we would let him stay forward and we wouldn't want him to come back down. Suarez, we want to make him we want him to get in behind the players and stay central as well. And Semedo occasionally make runs. He doesn't do the runs that much as Alba does. That could definitely change it, obviously. And we would obviously want Jordi Alba to join the attack, sort of making this a little bit realistic. And this is how I think that team would look like. So now let's just get into the game and see how it all turns out. I'm gonna skip through these things just because I don't want to get copyrighted or anything. All right, so we have started the game. I do believe Barcelona will play their usual way of just keeping the possession to them in favor to them, sort of keeping those passes inward, keeping the midfield high or the defense high, and just sort of making those chances as much as they can. This is what I wanted Jordi Alba to do. Messi should be there. Oh, and that was offsides. Sadly, we couldn't find that pass that we really needed. I think Rakitic over the last few games for us, he has been playing very well. Let's go! Griezmann scored. Can you imagine that if we actually had fans? That'd be amazing. Stay inside, guys. Great start from us. Griezmann to get the goal. He scored the away goal in the, obviously, in the away match for us. Griezmann make that run. Messi again. He's on. He can't beat him. Suarez cannot beat Koulibaly. Do you think Koulibaly is actually going to go to Manchester City? That should be really interesting. Because I know they signed Ake. And let's go! The captain. Great passing play there. Griezmann to Messi. Oh, awful defending by Napoli. Let's go. Great goal. Already 2-0 in the first 20 minutes. I wish that could be actually the case in real life, but we shall see. We shall see how it all goes. Oh, and there! Oh my God, what a pass! Langley! No, Ter Stegen! Oh my God! What a pass! Why did he do that? He should have just shot it. Oh my goodness. What a save from Ter Stegen. Short corner from Napoli. Ricky Puig gets it back. Get that out of here. Give it the counter. Griezmann. He sees Messi. No. Suarez wasn't able to get to that. Second half is underway. Let's see if we can keep a clean sheet and get a few more goals in there so we can seal the deal for this game. Messi's there. He's been very involved in this first half. On the first half. Jordi Alba, great touch. Wants that back. Try to control the midfield here. Great pass by Enrique. De Jong. Rakitic, can you see Semedo? Semedo, the cross to Griezmann. Griezmann back. Can you run for that ball again? Ricky Puig. Nice try though. We're playing very well in this first half, in the second half as well. Hold the ball there. See if any. Hey, ref. So I think it's time for us to actually make some substitutions. 70th minute. Ricky Puig looks like he's really tired. And for this, I think I would actually bring in Roberto and just leave it the same sort of style as it is right now. Good run from Rakitic. Can't do anything about it. Oh, great block. So I think now I think most likely Griezmann would come off and we would bring in Fati. Then after this, we would play something like almost like a 4-3-3. Sort of come down to this. But what I like to see is actually something like this. 4-3-3 basically. But now we have Roberto on the right hand side with Semedo. Roberto can actually defend for Semedo as well. De Jong and Rakitic is holding midfielders. Messi, sort of a center forward as a cam role. Luis Suarez, a striker, and Fati as the left wing for us. I think this would be a great second half if we are leading up 2-0 for us to actually get a little bit more defensive, but also have Fati as on the left hand side as well, so he can add that pace to the team. Griezmann played a very good game, but now let's see if he can actually do that in real life. Hopefully he can. We all want him to succeed, but he hasn't really performed that well for us. Better than Hazard, of course, but I guess standards are differently. Fati! Oh! Fati again! Oh! Oh my goodness. This is actually very realistic. Fati would actually come in and just have an immediate impact. He's this kind of player. He made Inter go to the Europa League. So this is the type of player that can actually finish matches for us. Here you go. Oof. Roberto's making a run, but Raf. And that's the 90th minute. Whoo! We've won it. 2-0 in the second half. The home leg. Napoli didn't even make any chances, honestly. If we take a look at the goals here, Messi involved in both of the goals. Assist to Griezmann. Griezmann just finishes it off there, the far post. Hopefully he can do something like that. Hopefully he can do something like that in real life. Here again, Griezmann passes it back to Messi, returns the favor. Messi scores that. Identical to the first goal, actually, but again, hopefully we can actually do this in real life. Ter Stegen coming up with a big save for us this second half, or the first half. Oof. Saving us once again, and Fati almost immediate impact. Header comes off the bar. And he will get the second chance. He'll go just a little bit off the top bar as well. great first chance for Ansu Fati. So that's it. I think that's honestly how I think Barcelona should be lining up for this game against Napoli, considering the players that we do have. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if it's realistic or not. Let me know what players you would change. Would you start Fati? Would you bench Puig and start Roberto instead? Just let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this type of content. And yeah, thank you so much.